Funding for this program is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.
R-Town, the show about Rochester, catches up with the new executive director of the Rochester Downtown Alliance. We also head over to the Rochester Public Library and learn all about their programming for all ages. And we get the latest from the RCTC campus. All that and so much more coming up next on R-Town, the show about Rochester. Coming to you from 125 Live in Rochester, Minnesota, R-Town. Last month, the Rochester Downtown Alliance Board of Directors announced the appointment of Shawn Fagan as Executive Director. And today we're joined by Shawn here to tell us more about his new role and the future of RDA under his leadership. Welcome to R-Town, Shawn.
Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
So before we get started, can you remind us what RDA is and what its role in the community is?
Yeah, the Rochester Downtown Alliance is a small business association of sorts that functions downtown in Rochester. We cover about a 44-block area. We go as far north as Civic Center, so kind of like where Redwood Room would be, or Tilda's, Big Head Burrito, Central Park, and then south, almost all the way down to Soldiers Field, basically. We go as far west as like Annenberg Plaza, the Plummer Building, that kind of area, and then east from there, just over the river towards the Civic Center and Art Center. So that's kind of our district that we serve, and then RDA is tasked with marketing, promoting everything that's happening downtown, be it from businesses to our iconic events like Thursdays Downtown, Socialized, Here Comes Santa Claus, to other community events. We're very passionate about activating other organizations and other people to be doing stuff downtown as well. So.
You have been such a champion for the downtown area, and I know you've been a downtown property owner and a business owner. Can you tell us a little bit more about your connection with downtown and your vision for it?
Yeah. My wife and I moved to Rochester 21 years ago to start our photography studio, Fagan Studios. We started in my in-laws' basement for 9 months, and then we moved into our own house for 3 years. And then about 17 years ago, we walked into this old, gorgeous, brick-walled, wood-floored building in downtown on Broadway. And my wife started bawling instantly. It's a bad way to start negotiations. But she walked in, and we walked in, and like, this is that dream we had ever since we were in college. We're both photographers. We both studied photography at South Dakota State University. And we were looking to, as our business was growing in Rochester, we needed a new home. And we came across our building down on 324 South Broadway. And for 17 years, that's been the home of Fagan Studios. And then we've launched other small businesses out of it, like Studio 324 on the first floor, a small private event venue. And we've always just wanted to keep that space kind of activated for the community as well through different things. So yeah, we've been downtown for 17 years. It's been very near and dear to my heart. I love downtown, so when we travel, we look for hotels that are in downtowns, and so we can leave our car and forget it and just walk and explore community's culture that usually is in those downtown environments. So yeah, my heart's been down there for a long time. I've served on different committees with Rochester Downtown Alliance over the years. During the pandemic, helping my neighbors' restaurants out, creating online ordering for their sales during the pandemic. And then most recently serving on the board, became chair of the board, and then I got tapped on the shoulder with the question of, hey, Shawn, would you be interested in? So.
And here you are.
And here I
am. You mentioned some of the work that you had done during the pandemic, and back during the pandemic, we know downtown businesses were especially impacted by all that was going on. Almost 5 years later, what are we seeing in our downtown, and how are our businesses doing?
Yeah. As always throughout the history of any downtown, there's businesses that come and businesses that go. On one of my websites, I have photographs of our building with horse-drawn carriages in front of it. It has been dozens of things. People always walk into my own building and say, what was this building? And I have to go, well, what decade are you talking about, kind of idea. So there's always a natural attrition. Things come and go. There's a chance that things will be changing in my building in this year. So yes, we lost a handful of businesses during the pandemic, but now coming out though, we see a lot more coming into downtown. who knows why different concepts, different restaurants, different retail, whatever it might be, why these different concepts don't necessarily always work out. They all have different reasons, from medical sicknesses, medical issues, to maybe it's not quite the right time in the marketplace for a business. But at any rate, what we're excited about right now is just the momentum that we have going downtown. Just this past Friday night, I went to a concert at Chateau with my oldest son, who's 21, and we're done with the show late at night, and like, hey, should we go grab a bite somewhere? So hop on Google, look up a couple of quick restaurants. Our Paladar, open till 11 p.m. So we're seeing this night market come back into, this night economy, evening economy coming back into Rochester. There's this excitement, this life, there's things to do downtown. So he and I went off, had the most incredible jerk chicken wings I've ever had in my life, down the Palmetto Room, a brand new cocktail lounge, a little rum bar, on the bottom level of where our Paladar is in the old train depot. Had a great night. So it's exciting to be able to leave the car and walk around downtown and explore the different things.
And that's
going
exactly
on.
what a downtown should be,
Yeah.
walkability and being able to experience different things. We also know that our downtown is embedded at the doorstep of Mayo Clinic, of course. And how is RDA connected with Destination Medical Center and the Mayo Clinic Bold, Forward, Unbound?
Yeah, we work closely with DMC. They are very much do a lot with the Peace Plaza as well. RDA that's one of our initiatives, is to make sure that's activated, full of life. It's kind of our city square, if you would, right? I mean, a lot happens there and around there. So that's how I kind of see it, as the meeting ground for our community. And then hopefully life spans out from there throughout the blocks of downtown. But yeah, we work close with DMC. They come along as a financial supporters, and especially the Mayo Clinic as well, are big financial supporters of the Rochester Downtown Alliance. And then we take that funding and invest it into activating the Peace Plaza, activating other areas of downtown. One of the biggest things we're proud of, I just received the baton from Kathleen Harrington, our interim director for the past 2 years. Phenomenal leader, did tremendous things for the organization, for our downtown. And one of the initiatives she helped get going is more live music downtown, more free live music, I should say, as well. So throughout this summer and fall, we had over 250 free live musical performances in downtown, majority of them around that Peace Plaza area. That's an incredible number, and I haven't heard anybody else contest it yet, so I think Rochester might be the music capital of Minnesota. Okay. That's what I'm shooting for.
You're saying it now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. But that much free live music, every single day, we have something going on downtown. And that then rolled into, okay, what else do people want? How about dancing? Let's have dancing on the Peace Plaza. So we test ran that in late this summer, early this fall. And to see people leave the Mayo Clinic, employees with their badges on, to come over and hop into the middle of salsa dancing downtown. To see people coming out of the Kaler and like hearing swing music on one night, and like, oh, this 87-year-old woman heard the music, came outside, hopped into swing dancing downtown on the Peace Plaza.
I hope you got photos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so fun to see other visitors. They get there and like, look at this, and they're recording on the iPad. They're to send it back to their grandkids maybe. And in my mind, I'm like thinking like, they must think this is really cool, and it is. And I'm excited about that. So to kind of keep those activations going, to keep activity going, to keep people want something to do. People want somewhere to connect, and we hope to be. That's another piece of what we're doing, is that activation of our downtown.
Excellent, and it keeps it alive, obviously. You mentioned Kathleen Harrington and her leadership, and I know you trained with her, sort of walked along with her as you were transitioning into this role. One of the things that I believe she was working on was the SSD, and you'll have to clarify that, what that abbreviation stands for. Can you tell us a little bit more about that process and what it meant for RDA? Yeah,
an SSD is a special service district. That's what we call it in Rochester, maybe Minnesota as well, known throughout other communities as a BID, a Business Improvement District. So it's the idea of you create this district, that 44 block area I kind of opened up with where it is, and we as property owners, we all pay just a little bit extra in our property tax. About a third of our funding for RDA comes from this SSD. So all the commercial properties, not residential, not nonprofit, but the commercial properties at downtown pay just a touch more in the property taxes. So about a third of our funding comes from that. A piece of it comes from Mayo Clinic, a great partner, the city of Rochester, and then through our own promotion, our own partnerships and sponsorships that we go after. Yes, and then she just recently got us through that every 10 years. is what our mandate is that we need to renew that. So because property owners downtown choose to pay us a little extra, it's up to them to should it continue or not. So in a way, it's a vote of confidence, I guess. And part of that process is we need to go around and get pen to paper 60% plus signatures of property owners in the district to say, yes, we believe in RDA's mission. They're doing the job that we've tasked them to do. We are for them moving forward. With that 60%, we then go in front of City Council for the official vote for it to become codified, I guess. And yeah, October 7th is when we did that in front of City Council, and it was approved 7-0 unanimously. So we're excited to have that behind us. It was a lot of chore, a lot of funky math, but we got through it, and now it's just full steam ahead. We're busy in the office. We have a lean machine down there to take the funding that we do have and investing that into our marketing and promoting. It's as much as getting the 55906ers and the 55901ers out of their houses to come downtown and experience life downtown, as much as it is promoting and marketing to communities outside of Rochester, to draw tourists in, if you would, to share that downtown Rochester is a destination for people for fantastic dining, of course, incredibly unique retail shopping, the art scene downtown, the amount of free public art there is, to the free music, to the free dancing, to downtown Rochester is home to 2 different theater companies. So again, it's just there's so much to do. It's hard for me even just to talk about it.
No, I see all of your excitement. And as we're wrapping up here, what are some events and programs that we can kind of connect people to? And I know the holiday season is coming up. Are there some things that you're sort of thinking about in terms of RDA and activation in the downtown area?
Yeah. Just recently we're getting ready for our big marketing campaign for the holiday season, the idea of coming downtown and exploring downtown in the wintertime. So my colleague Elena was going through our calendar, our events page, to other community calendars and stuff, and just downtown alone, in a 6-week period from mid-November to the end of December, there are over 100 different activities, events, from big events to little events to happenings, 100 different things going on in downtown Rochester alone. So yeah, there's a lot coming up. A lot of it's happening in the Chateau. A lot of it's happening throughout the other businesses throughout Rochester. But I'd encourage people to check out Downtown Rochester MN. That's RDA's homepage. We have a very robust events calendar that you can filter if you're looking for live music, or you're looking for dining events. You can filter that down, family-friendly events to that. So some of our big iconic events that are coming up, day after Thanksgiving, word is Santa Claus is going out for a test run, leaving the North Pole, and he usually flies over Rochester, and it seems like he hits some turbulence and lands on top of the City Hall.
Oh, every time.
Every year. And it might happen again this year. So that's a really fun event. We're adding some magic back into that again this year that we're excited about, some fun changes we were meeting with just yesterday about, actually. A week later, a brand new event to Rochester at the Downtown Dazzle. A Christmas parade full of Christmas lights and floats on cars and trucks and floats, and our downtown ambassadors who keep downtown clean and safe will be out there as well in the parade. But we're hearing that there's going to be nearly 50 different floats in the first year alone for this Downtown Dazzle on December 7th.
Thank you so much, Shawn, and excited to connect folks with what you all are doing at RDA, and thanks for coming, and we'll certainly have you back on again.
Thanks so much, Nicole. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Danielle Till with R-town Spotlight. We're here with John Allen at the Rochester Public Library. We're going to chat about kids and activities. Thanks so much, John. What do you do at the Rochester Public Library?
So I'm a youth services librarian, and so we work with kids from 0 to 18 basically. So all ages, and I do programming and some collection development. And then we have special programs, we have special performers, things like musicians or magicians or, even animal people bring in animals from different, like Rad Zoo or the Eagle Center.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a bookmobile that kind of looks like our bookmobile that they can, use imaginative play and interact with other children. And there's a post office that they can deliver these letters to, that they have to have these like literacy skills to use their imaginations with. What I like to see is just the kids that don't even know each other kind of working
they
together
love it.
and building together. Yeah.
They really love it, and my kid really loved the post office. I mean, she took it seriously. She was like the post person, and And then story time occurs here too?
Yeah, so we have our story times, on Wednesday mornings. There's kind of like a baby story time and then a toddler story time, where, one's more gentle story time where you're it's more of a lap sit for the younger children, but all ages are welcome, like with siblings and families. And then the toddler one is a little bit more active.
And expressive. I've been to those with my daughter, and we had so much fun. In fact, Llama Llama Red Pajama, I read it the way that I saw it at story time, because I was like, oh my goodness, totally engaging and interactive. And okay, the final question is, what is your favorite kid book?
Oh, I just read it today 3 times.
Did you?
Actually. Yeah, so there's a book called Bark George,
Okay.
which is a picture book that basically it's this dog makes all these incorrect animal sounds. So it's like an animal sounds book, and it just cracks the kids up because it's the wrong sounds, and then there's kind of like a twist ending. But so you have to read it.
Meow. No, George.
I'm here with Kim Edson, and what is your role at the Rochester Library?
I am the Deputy Director of Public Services. So the library is a place to connect and learn and grow, and we do that in a lot of different ways. We have a lot of interactive activities for adults and intergenerational activities. Some really good examples are we run a number of book clubs, the very traditional library thing, where people read books and talk about it. What I love about that is we have people from all socioeconomic backgrounds coming together around a common theme and sharing conversation and discussion.
I love that that is the continuous focus as we talk between you and John, is that community and connection. Can you share a little bit more about, what else is offered here in the atmosphere and environment for adults?
Well, we also have your traditional things, right? I don't know that you can function much in this culture without access to a computer.
Okay.
So if you don't have one, we sure do. Computers, printers, fax machines. Oh, and if you have some of that old media laying around, like your VHS tapes that you'd like to digitize, we can help you with that too.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that you all did that.
The library has things that people don't expect.
Okay.
We help our community with food insecurity. Do you know how we do that?
I did not know that. Well, through seeds, right?
Through seeds.
Okay, I love that.
We have a
yes.
seed library. And we check out thousands of seeds free to the public. We ask people plant them, and we also provide related programming to help them give back their seeds when they're done with their harvest, so that the next generation can enjoy them as well.
Anything else you'd like to share?
Well, we're not just a building, right? If you are interested in reading or listening to audiobooks, our collections are available 24/7 anywhere you have internet connection with a library card through our Libby app, which provides full content to thousands of books and audiobooks and magazines.
I have Libby, and it really is
She's
wonderful.
my best friend.
I mean, mine
totally
too.
my best friend.
Where can people get more information?
rplmn.org, our website, rplmn.org. Something for everyone is here at the
Something for
library.
everyone. That is a good way to sign off. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. This is Danielle Till with R-town Spotlight.
For more information about this story and other R-town features, connect with us on Facebook, Twitter at KSMQ #RTown, or ksmq.org/rtown.
Today we are in RCTC's Health Sciences building and we're asking students their Thanksgiving traditions. What are your Thanksgiving traditions?
Well, we used to have our whole family come over to our house every year. It would be like my mom's entire side of the family. But now it tends to just be my immediate family, and we all have our big Thanksgiving dinner together, except my family makes prime rib instead of turkey because we all like prime rib more than turkey. So that's our tradition now. And my father and my dad like to watch the football game, but my mom and I just hang out.
What are your Thanksgiving traditions?
My Thanksgiving traditions are usually my parents will get a turkey from the grocery store and we'll just put it in the oven and usually just go over what we are thankful for.
When I was really little, I would always force us to play various card games or Family Feud card game. I was really big on that. I would always ask my grandparents to play with us. And then when I hit about 12, 13, my whole family kind of just got sick of me at that point, and so we stopped playing games.
Me, my sister, and my mom get Chinese food, and then we watch the 2 Grumpy Old Men movies.
So I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but we do have our, traditional family dinners. My mom, not me, but my mom does make burek, if you've ever heard of that, and goulash. And we'll have the meat, the potatoes, the green beans on the side, and then we'll have some savory and sweet pies that can be like a combination of fruits and vegetables.
So I usually go to see my family at my family's house, and we'll watch a movie. Sometimes I try to get it to be Spider-Man, but it doesn't really work all the time. And then we'll have our meal with turkey, ham, potatoes, and everything. And then we'll watch the football game and hang out with family. And the parade.
The RCTC women's basketball team is coming off a 2022 national championship and was runner-up in 2023. Head coach Jason Bondi has set high expectations for the 2024 season.
We have a good base from last year that's returning that has a lot of experience. 4 of them were starters at one point. We added 5 freshmen to it. It's important for me to try to get as many local players to come and play here. I think it's good for RCTC. I think it's good for our attendance at the games. When you have local players that are playing, you tend to get more people from around the area than when you get out-of-state kids. Recruiting is not easy. You're talking to a lot of players just to get a few. My goal is to find some players who maybe are under the radar, who are not being recruited by Division I, Division II, Division III schools. And then I try to develop them and help them reach those goals of getting to that level.
It's pretty tough. We got some good competition, but I like that he schedules harder games in the beginning to get us ready for what we have to do towards the end.
Bondi, the coach mainly. I knew him before because I'm local. I did some camps with him before and stuff. Just good coaching, knows what he's talking about. He's there for us. I feel like defensively we'll be able to move a little quicker, just like we have a lot of quick guards this year, so that'll be really nice.
We had a lot of injuries and stuff, and we ended up only being playing with 3 people, I think it was, in the national championship, so I feel like that pushes me more, and just being hungry to win all the games we can and just get to that point again.
Matchup 2-3 zone. Make it look like a zone, make it look like man at the same time.
I feel like we get along really well. We have chemistry off the court as well, so I feel like that helps us on the court too.
We all get along very good. We do like team dinners and stuff just for fun. We have like 2 houses that we live in, so 5 of us are in one, the other 5 or 6 are in the other, and we go back and forth, just do team dinners, a lot of team shooting in the gym late at night and stuff. We all get along very good. It's nice. Yeah, just to get back there would be awesome, and we have all the qualities of the team to get back there again this year. A lot of us are returning again, and we have a good freshman group coming in, so I think we definitely can get there.
It makes us hungry, more eager to just get back to the same spot, but win it this time.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope you learned as much as I did about all that's going on in our city and all the wonderful people making it happen. For more content produced right here in Rochester, please be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at #RTown. I'm Nicole Fenoy-Amhara, host of R-Town, the show about Rochester. We'll see you next time.
Funding for this program is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.